full of glamorous stars, but not all of them shine as brightly off-screen. Behind the scenes, some actors have earned a reputation for being, well, less than charming. So, get ready for a look at the stars whose off-camera antics have left a lasting impression, and not in a good way. 20. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen has had a career filled with blockbuster hits and unforgettable TV roles, but his off-screen antics often overshadowed his talent. He faced a dramatic downfall beginning in 2012 when erratic behavior led to his firing from 2.5 Men. His public image was marred by egotism, misogyny, and controversial comments, including calling Rihanna a derogatory name. Sheen's reputation was further tainted by his destructive lifestyle, drug addiction, and troubled relationships, notably with ex-wife Denise Richards, who cited drug abuse and mistreatment in their divorce. His third wife even filed a restraining order, fearing for her safety and expressing concerns about his mental state. 19. Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal rose to fame as a martial arts action star, known for his stoic demeanor and intense fight scenes. But behind the tough guy image, Seagal has a reputation in Hollywood that's far from flattering. Despite his popularity, Seagal is infamous for being difficult to work with, earning harsh criticism from the creator of Saturday Night Live, who labeled him one of the worst hosts ever. His unprofessional behavior extends to stuntmen, where he has reportedly kicked them inappropriately. Seagal's abusive tendency also affected his staff. A former model assistant faced inappropriate advances and massage duties. Accusations of sexual harassment from several women, including Jenny McCarthy and Juliana Margulies, have further tarnished his career. 18. Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones is known for his gruff on-screen personas, but it turns out that his off-screen attitude isn't much different. He's notorious in Hollywood for avoiding autograph signings and avoiding engaging with journalists, often cutting interviews short or walking out. During a GQ interview, he made a reporter cry by cracking walnuts with his bare hands, creating an intimidating atmosphere. Additionally, he once told Jim Carrey, "I hate you. I really don't like you. I cannot sanction your buffoonery," in a memorable and harsh rebuke. Jones's no-nonsense attitude and memorable insights have earned him a reputation as one of Hollywood's most difficult personalities. 17. Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase might be known for his comedic genius, but behind the scenes, his reputation isn't so funny. His behavior on SNL was so problematic that even his co-stars criticized him. Chase's bad attitude extended throughout his career, culminating in offensive remarks toward a female writer, demonstrating a lack of respect for those who contribute to his work. His unkind behavior towards fans and colleagues further damaged his reputation. Chase's problematic behavior ultimately led to his dismissal from NBC's Community, highlighting a pattern of issues that has significantly tarnished his legacy. 16. William Shatner. Known for his role as Captain Kirk in Star Trek, William Shatner has earned a reputation as a difficult and unpleasant personality. During his Comedy Central roast, stars used the occasion to express their frustrations with him. Shatner's poor behavior on the Star Trek set earned him the nickname Captain Jerk. Notably, he didn't attend Leonard Nimoy's funeral, which shocked and disappointed many. At conventions, his rude attitude has also been problematic, including a notable incident where he shouted at Denise Crosby. Shatner's behavior has alienated both fans and co-stars, tarnishing his once respected legacy. 15. Zsa Zsa Gabor. Zsa Zsa Gabor, a Hungarian-born actress renowned for her glamour and talent, also left behind a legacy of unpleasantness. Despite her fame, Gabor had a notably poor reputation, particularly in her treatment of her daughter, Francesca Hilton. Gabor's initial pride in her daughter faded as Francesca showed little interest in conforming to her mother's standards of beauty. When Gabor's billionaire husband Conrad Hilton died, he left Francesca only $100,000, leading to a bitter legal struggle that drained her finances. Gabor's minimal support left Francesca far from the luxury she once knew, highlighting the stark contrast between Gabor's public persona and private behavior. 14. Lou Reed. Lou Reed was without a doubt a groundbreaking artist, shaping the sound of rock with the Velvet Underground and his solo work. He also had a troubled side, overshadowed by his fame. Despite his musical brilliance, Reed struggled with substance abuse and erratic behavior that strained relationships with peers. His difficulties led to bizarre incidents, such as hitting David Bowie, who had expressed concern over Reed's drug use. Additionally, Reed made anti-Semitic remarks against Bob Dylan, further marred by his volatile conduct. Reed's personal struggles and problematic behavior often contrasted sharply with his esteemed musical legacy. 13. Robin Williams. Robin Williams faced a more complex reality than his public persona suggested. Despite his success and acclaim, Williams struggled with confidence in his own writing, often borrowing jokes from fellow comedians without credit or compensation. This habit of joke theft was a significant issue, though it was rarely addressed openly due to his rapid rise to fame. It wasn't until comedian David Brenner confronted him, even threatening violence, that Williams began to alter his approach. 12. John Lennon. John Lennon was a rock legend and a fearless iconoclast, but his offstage persona wasn't always as endearing as his music. While he was a key figure in music and activism, Lennon's responsibilities as a husband and father were frequently neglected. During his peak fame with the Beatles, he indulged in drugs and extramarital affairs, leaving his first son Julian feeling sidelined. It wasn't until later in life, after the Beatles' breakup, that Lennon seemed to improve as a father with his second family, including Yoko Ono and their son. Despite this, his earlier neglect and problematic behavior remain significant aspects of his legacy. 11. Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby's smooth voice and charming persona made him a beloved figure in Hollywood. But behind the scenes, his reputation was less than perfect. His son Gary Crosby's 1983 memoir, Going My Own Way, revealed the darker side of Bing's parenting. Rather than being a loving father, Bing was harsh and often used severe discipline, including physical punishment with a leather belt. The abuse extended to his children's caretakers, who reportedly used a brutal method known as the drowning treatment as punishment. Tragically, 2 of Bing's children struggled with depression and eventually took their own lives. 10. Gene Kelly. Gene Kelly dazzled audiences with his groundbreaking dance moves and charismatic performances, but off-screen, his reputation was a bit less graceful. Allegations surfaced posthumously in 1970 that Kelly made a significant donation to the Provisional Irish Republican Army, IRA, supposedly handing over £20,000 and expressing a desire for the funds to be used for arms. This claim, revealed after his death, contrasts with his widow Patricia Ward Kelly's denial. She asserts that while Kelly was proud of his Irish roots, he was neither wealthy nor violent. The allegations of his support for the IRA remain contested and controversial. 9. Milton Berle. Milton Berle was dubbed the Thief of Bad Gags for allegedly stealing jokes. RuPaul publicly criticized him during the 1993 MTV Music Video Awards, leading to a fallout and RuPaul's exit from MTV. Berle's reputation for being difficult was further cemented by his 1979 guest hosting stint on Saturday Night Live, where he commandeered the show, overshadowed other cast members, and reused old material. Despite Lorne Michaels' efforts to prevent reruns, copies of the controversial episode appeared in 2003. Earl's problematic behavior left a mark on his colleagues and his professional legacy. 8. Walt Disney. Celebrated for his pioneering work in family entertainment, Walt Disney had a darker side often overlooked. Despite his role in creating beloved characters and stories, Disney held regressive views on women, believing they were not suited for creative roles in animation. His prejudiced attitudes extended to anti-Semitism. He harbored strong biases against Jewish individuals and subscribed to conspiracy theories about Jewish influence in the film industry. In a troubling incident from 1938, Disney hosted Nazi propagandist Leni Riefenstahl at his studio, further tainting his legacy with this association. 7. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn was Hollywood's ultimate leading man. His reputation was tainted by various controversies, including allegations from Charles Hickman's 1980 biography that claimed Flynn engaged in same-sex affairs and sympathized with the Nazis, though these were later discredited. Flynn's public image suffered during the 1940s due to 3 high-profile statutory rape trials, which he won but that left a lasting impact. His heavy drinking and womanizing further eroded his health and appearance, leading to roles of aging alcoholics in his later years. Flynn died of a heart attack at 50, with a body showing the effects of a much older man. 6. John Wayne. John Wayne had a contentious and evolving political stance that has tainted his legacy. Early in his career, Wayne identified as a socialist and liberal, but by 1964, he supported Barry Goldwater, who opposed the Civil Rights Act. Wayne's controversial views were further exposed in a 1971 Playboy interview where he expressed white supremacist beliefs and opposed African Americans holding office until they were educated to a point of responsibility. He also criticized homosexuality, calling films like Suddenly Last Summer and Midnight Cowboy disgusting. Despite his close relationship with Rock Hudson, a gay actor, Wayne's legacy remains divisive, with some students rejecting his films and debates ongoing about his impact. 5. Bette Davis. Bette Davis was always infamous for her intense personality both on and off the set. Her fiery nature was evident in numerous anecdotes, including one where she caused a scene at a restaurant with producer William Fry and director Herschel Dowie. After Dowie confronted her, Davis launched a furious tirade, causing diners to flee, but she then returned to her meal unfazed. During the filming of Mr. Skevington, someone tampered with her eyewash, leading to poisoning, though the culprit was never found. Director Vincent Sherman humorously noted that if the cast and crew were asked who might want to harm Davis, everyone would raise their hands. 4. Joan Crawford. Just like Betty, Joan Crawford was notorious for her tumultuous behavior and personal controversies. Her infamous feud with Bette Davis during the filming of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane was well documented, with Crawford inserting herself into the 1963 Oscars by presenting the Best Director award and campaigning against Davis. In 1978, Christina Crawford, one of Joan's adopted children, published Mommy Dearest, revealing allegations of abuse which were partly substantiated by Crawford's known alcoholism and erratic behavior. Joan Crawford was also rumored to have had a brief affair with Marilyn Monroe and was involved in several high-profile divorces. Crawford's adoption practices were criticized, and after her death in 1977, she left her $2 million estate to her remaining children, but excluded Christina and Christopher, leaving a legacy marked by discord and controversy. 3. Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney had a far more troubling behind-the-scenes life. His autobiography, Life is Too Short, initially anticipated for its career insights, veered into sensationalism as Rooney detailed his numerous sexual escapades and personal grievances against fellow stars. The book included unflattering revelations about Hollywood figures, such as hinting at an actress's lesbian relationships and exposing private details about his own and others' lives. Rooney's off-screen behavior included 8 marriages, numerous affairs, and allegations of inappropriate conduct with young actresses. This stark contrast between his public persona and private actions challenges the idea of separating the art from the artist. 2. Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball had a different side off camera. Despite her on-screen charm, she was known for being rude, particularly to those she considered beneath her. A notable incident occurred on a plane where she ignored a flight attendant, insisting communication be handled through her assistant, stating, "I'm sorry, M. Ball doesn't speak to the help." Even Richard Burton criticized her harshly in his diaries, calling her a monster of staggering charmlessness, and accusing her of trying to upstage others and obsessively monitoring ratings. While Ball revolutionized television, her demanding and unpleasant behavior left a negative impression on many who worked with her. 1. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin was the genius behind some of cinema's most iconic silent films, winning hearts worldwide with his comic brilliance and unforgettable characters. Known for his demanding perfectionism, Chaplin often subjected his actors and crew to harsh treatment, including frequent firings, verbal abuse, and temper tantrums. His personal life was equally troubled, marked by a series of tumultuous marriages. Chaplin's final marriage to Una O'Neill, the 18-year-old daughter of playwright Eugene O'Neill, raised eyebrows due to their significant age gap. Reports from his ex-wives reveal a pattern of emotional abuse and controlling behavior, painting a stark contrast to his beloved on-screen persona. If you like this video, don't forget to share and subscribe. Also, let us know in the comments who surprised you in this list of 20 biggest douchebag actors in Hollywood history, but in real life.